most of us parents have been there. You know, your kids asking for a pet, they promise they're going to take care of it. And then we all know what really happens, don't we, Dr. West?
We do.
Dr. Wes Crenshaw is a Lawrence psychologist who works with teens, families. This is a problem.
Well, it is, and a lot of times people ask me on the show, you know, who does your hair? I know that you're asked this
I've
a lot.
asked
And so
all
I
the
brought a
time.
little clip to get us into the spirit of what I do in my morning routine here before they come on.
And who's that?
That's my stylist, Mr. Steve, and I think of him as sort of an intense stylist. There's a way he wants my hair to be, and he just won't stop.
Oh my gosh, that is
until
hilarious.
he gets there. Then he sees you right there on Fox4 and studies
He's like, wait.
the show. But Steve's one of my several cats. I have an office cat and a couple other cats, and I even have a cat in my shop that helps me with my tools, which means gets in the way all the time. But I think it's really important to think about pets, especially after the holidays where kids have gotten new pets and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the problems that happens is you go and you see the cute pets and you know, go to the Humane Society or you see an animal come by the house.
Puppy or...
Exactly. And the kids make a pitch and they say, always, it's the same line it's been for 100 years. They say, oh, I will take care of it. And the problem parents get into is they actually believe that. And so then there's this disappointment when you come back and the child and teenager and even young adults are not as into that after they get
holding up their end of the bargain.
Like my daughter always says, well, I do take care of the cats. And I'm like, how? Tell me about that. She goes, I pet them. I love them. I'm like, what about the cat box? So one of the things to really focus on before getting a pet, and especially dogs, because that's a whole other situation, is how to have a plan and to talk up front about what it really does mean to take care of a pet, especially if you haven't had one before. And to talk about pets live a long time. I had one of my cats was 22 years old.
Wow.
Got her when we were married and had her for 22 years. And so there's a lot of things people don't think about when they're just seeing the little dog
Right.
kid.
So kind of write out the plan. This is what you're going to be
exactly.
responsible for doing, so on and so forth. Now, you said dogs are a whole different ball of wax.
Right, because those of us who've owned cats know that the cat comes home and it sees the litter box and it just goes over there and gets in it. And you're like, it's magic. How did it know? Dogs are different and they require a lot of training.
Right.
And for people who haven't owned dogs, I actually suggest they have the kids read some training books beforehand.
Okay.
There's one called, I always get the name backwards, it's Good Owners, Great Dogs.
Okay.
And it's a very good book that's used by therapy dog trainers, especially for larger breeds. And it really teaches discipline. And the kids need to see dog raising as a practice of discipline, not just loving them, but also discipline.
Thank you so much, Dr. West. If you have any questions or you'd like to contact Dr. Crenshaw, you can find him on Twitter at Wes Crenshaw, PhD, or visit his website, drwes.com.